Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So Trump has responded to the disgraceful actions of the so-called bishop that decided that she wanted to mock God, also mock Trump, and then proceed to lecture Trump about how Trump needs to have mercy on all of the so-called trans kids in America. Spoiler alert, there is no such thing as a trans child. So don't tell me that there is. And then also, more than that, lecture Trump about the illegal immigrants and the illegal aliens that are currently being deported as we speak. And she was trying to say, have mercy on them, and then use God's name in a very vainful way, right? So the Bible is very clear. Thou shalt not take the Lord thy God's name in vain. Most people thought that meant don't swear. No, that's not what it means at all. It means do not try to use God's name in a holy manner for your own self-gratification or your own glory. That's what it means. And that's exactly what this bishop did. First and foremost, there ain't no such thing as a female bishop, or there shouldn't be such thing as a female bishop. The Bible is very, very clear about how women should not be preachers, pastors, or even hold that high esteemed office. And also, if you do end up holding an office of a pastor, a bishop, priest, whatever else, you have a lot more responsibility than, say, the average Christian or the average individual. You know why? Because you are responsible for leading God's flock, God's people. You're responsible for teaching them. And so at the day of judgment, you're going to have to give a double of an account. How did you lead God's people? Did you lead them the right way or not? Now, I know some people may be watching this and going, Jay, I don't believe any of that. So be it. You can believe in whatever you want to believe. But the point of the matter is, thou shalt not mock God. Thou shalt not use his name in vain, because things are going to start happening. And, well, Trump responded to this utterly insane woke dingbat of a so-called bishop. And, well, I thought it was hilarious what he said. So Trump goes, the so-called bishop who spoke at the National Prayer Service on Tuesday morning was a radical left hardline Trump hater. By the way, he said this at 12:01 a.m., I think it was. So we've got those Trump-hating tweets at after midnight happening once again. He continues, she brought her church into the world of politics in a very ungracious way. She was nasty in tone and not compelling or smart. She failed to mention the large number of illegal migrants that came into our country and killed people. Many were deposited from jails and mental institutions. It is a giant crime wave that is taking place in the USA. Apart from her inappropriate statements, the service was a very boring and uninspiring one. She's not very good at her job. She and her church owe the public an apology. And I would have to agree with that, first and foremost. Like, you have this incredible opportunity. You're given an amazing opportunity to spread the gospel on a major, major stage. But what do you choose to do? You choose to try and lecture Trump about things that you have no business lecturing him about. First and foremost, you're a supposed bishop, even though I don't think that that is the right thing you are. All you are is a woke dingbat, in my opinion. And secondly, you're trying to bring politics into the church. There should be a separation between politics and the church. Don't bring politics into the church. Don't do that. You know what happened to people that tried to bring business into God's house? God picked up a whip and drove those people out, because there's no place for that in the church. Church is for worshiping God. Church is for learning about God. Church is for praising God. That's what church is for. Also, gathering with God's like-minded people, not to be, let's talk about politics here. It's wrong, in case you were wondering. Okay? So this bishop just brought her ideological, nonsensical, woke, dingbat-like judgments, and I saw lots of the comments You guys are loving this shirt. You're loving the saying woke dingbat or dingbat itself. So it looks like it's catching on. I'm starting to see all the comments flow through. But her reason was like, I'm trying to call for mercy. You're calling for mercy over people that you say exist but don't actually exist, trans kids. That's not actually a real thing. Oh, they're very scared at the moment. Why are they scared? Why? First and foremost, you have to take one look at this so-called bishop and you realize she's not a happy person, not a kind person, and she's ideologically motivated. She's a woke dingbat, people. So Trump was spot on with what he said, going after her, roasting her. She should not have said what she said. And again, if I had been there, if I was the president, I would have stood up and said, enough's enough, stop. You should be spreading the gospel. You should be telling people about God, not trying to lecture me and how to do my job. And say, oh, it's all about mercy. No, shut up. Don't give me that woke nonsense. It's bullcrap, in my opinion. You are trying to, last-ditch effort, trying to lecture somebody you have no business in lecturing. I don't think Trump cares at all. And again, he said that it was boring. And this so-called bishop does owe the public an apology because it wasn't about her. She made it about her, and she also made it about the LGBT whatever community. Ridiculous. Absolute waste of an opportunity. And here's what she said, by the way, on CNN.
I was looking at the president because I was speaking directly to him. I was also, frankly, as you do in every sermon, speaking to everyone who was listening through that one-on-one conversation with the president, reminding us all that in the people that are frightened in our country, the two groups of people that I mentioned are our fellow human beings, and that they have been portrayed in all throughout the political campaign in the harshest of lights that I wanted to counter as gently as I could with a reminder of their humanity and their place in our wider community. And I was speaking to the president because I felt that he has this moment now where he feels charged and empowered to do what he feels called to do, and I wanted to say, you know, there is room for mercy. There's room for a broader compassion. We don't need to portray with a broad cloth in the harshest of terms some of the most vulnerable people in our society who are, in fact, our neighbors, our friends, our children, our friends' children, and so forth.
This plea for mercy is ridiculous. Mercy for who exactly? The murderers? The ones that killed innocent Americans? Mercy for them? Oh, they're our neighbors. Some of them pay taxes, you know. What? Oh, okay. You are just talking about you want all these illegals in from, I guess, from a higher standpoint. You want them to do your bidding. Is that right? Maybe. So you've using your supposed white privilege there, perhaps, your high and mighty standpoint. I'll have mercy. Yeah, sure. I don't even think you know what mercy really is, to be honest with you, because you don't really know your Bible. You don't know anything about what Christ said when it comes to mercy. But anyway, you thought it would be your responsibility to not only mock God, but be a wolf in sheep's clothing and then try and tell Trump what he's going to do or what he should do. Appalling. Absolutely appalling. Anyway, you guys take care. You be blessed. I'll see you all in the next video.